decluttering. And you want to hang on to the mouse?
Yeah, sure.
You're in charge of it. If that fucking screen goes dark, yelling at you.
Well, actually, we need to turn it down because it's glaring our screen.
Where?
Right here.
Well, then why don't we block this too?
No, see, look at it. Problem solved.
But what about this blue thing? I see it. It's right there. What's that?
Oh, I don't.
Fucking gnats flying around.
Well, we killed most of them.
Was there a lot in that little?
I counted like 6. And I mean, there's
That's not a lot. As far as fruit flies go.
I
The fruit flies are gnats.
don't know. I don't care. I just don't want them blowing in my face anymore.
Yeah. I think that's just the California thing, because my old apartment would get them too.
Oh, and our apartment in Chicago used to get it all the time.
Yeah.
It
It's
drove
just
me nuts.
a
It drove the cat
summer
nuts.
thing.
Cat is just going crazy.
What did she do?
She just is running around like a crazy person, but you don't really see the fruit flies when she's chasing them, so it just looks like she's insane.
I think she's chasing evil spirits.
She's chasing fruit flies.
No, she's chasing
Fruit
evil
flies.
spirits. She senses the spirits because cats can see into other dimensions.
While I do believe that, I think this one's just fruit flies.
But it's way more cool to think that our cat is fighting evil spirits.
Finer. Cocoa Bee, Captain Cocoa Bee.
Captain Cocoa Bee
Cocoa Bee.
on patrol. So you want to get into this Stanley Cup
No.
bet? Why not? Do you know their results already or something?
It's not like we didn't watch the last game together, and my chance didn't work.
Yeah. What were your chants again? They did work, just not at the end.
Yeah. I had a chant for my team, the Senators. I was rooting for the Senators. And 2 overtimes, which is super stressful when you consider that we have this bet going.
Game 7.
Game 7, 2
Winner,
overtimes.
winner moves on. Next goal, that team gets to go to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah. And I was working on a project in the kitchen, so I kept popping in, and I would just do my chant, which was just, Ottawa! Which I think our neighbors think we're nuts. But I was like, Ottawa's going to win if I chant. And then they scored and tied the game for the overtime.
Their first goal was 10 seconds after Pittsburgh's first goal. And then their second goal was pretty quick after that one, too.
And I was Ottawa!
But
the entire time.
You didn't do it in double overtime, and that's when
I
it mattered.
did it in double overtime.
Well, you only did it when
I
Ottawa...
did it like 20 times.
Yeah.
It didn't work. I don't understand why.
You didn't put your all into it.
Oh, I was putting my all into it.
You didn't put your all into it.
You have no idea how bad, like how much I've been dreading today.
Yeah,
I put my all into it.
should we reveal our scores?
Yeah, I think we should reveal our scores.
Oh, I'm just gonna do it at the same time.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Oh, I got 4. And by the way, Ottawa, you lost.
Hey, that's so mean.
So there you go. Eat dick, Canada.
You know, the ones from last time you ripped them up are kind of still on the floor. Like, they're still pieces.
Yeah, every once in a while I get a piece of the Edmonton Oilers stuck on my foot.
Well, Anaheim Ducks, you tried your best. I don't have the heart to rip you up, so I'm just going to put you down here. We're away from Nick's asshole.
I had 2 of them. Where's the other one? I'm going to find it.
No, you can leave it alone.
I'm going to find it. I got it. Ha, ha, ha. I got it.
You're a child. You good now? Got out of your system? Yes. Okay, well...
Take that, Anaheim Ducks and your Mickey Mouse franchise.
Anyways, let's go on to the next thing, which is picking our next team.
Oh, no, I don't think that's the next thing.
I think that's the next thing.
I think there was a bet. A bet that was made?
Yes, there was a bet.
And what was said bet?
Bet was if you get the least amount of points, you have to handle. If you get the least amount of points.
Why did you say it like that? Why didn't you say if you lost? If you got the least amount of points, there's 2 of us.
There's no losing or winning. There's just less points and more points.
I had a gym teacher that refused to say losers. She would say, "Okay, if you win, you go to the next round. If you lose, if you're a non-winner." Non-winner.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, you would go down, which I thought was stupid.
People are very sensitive.
Because there was no possible way of a tie. So if you're a non-winner, guess what you are?
Yeah.
L on your forehead. That's what I say. Or Smash Mouth said it.
Yeah.
But they ripped me off.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that was the order of events. Okay.
I was
Anyways.
a little 7-year-old saying the shape of an L on her forehead. And then that Smash Mouth guy was like, that's a good song.
Why does he sound like that?
Because all lead singers to me sound like Eddie Vedder.
Hello.
R.I.P. Soundgarden guy.
Why are you giggling after that? That was so weird.
Well, just the way I kind of just threw it in there.
Yeah, and then I like your little cross.
With the wrong hand.
Yeah. The wrong way too.
Yeah. I went to church.
Sorry. Anyways, our next picks.
No.
Okay, fine. If you lost, you would have had to barehand shit. But if I lost, which is what happened,
Yeah.
I have to take a
5-1
shot
point.
of absinthe. And if you've been following our videos, I'm not very good at taking shots of alcohol.
Nope.
What was the time on how long it took me to take the last shot?
Did I actually calculate? It was like 13
Yeah, you
minutes.
did. I remember
Or
it popped
something.
up.
It was really stupid.
Yeah, it was a very long time.
Very unnecessary how long it took.
I'm not good at taking shots, but
Well,
I plan to beat my time today.
With higher proof alcohol.
Don't remind me. And also licorice. I hate the taste of licorice. And
Black
absinthe
licorice.
is very absinthe is very black licorice-y.
Yeah.
And I really don't like that. So put that in a drink with alcohol, and this is gonna be a mess. That's why I brought my trusty bucket.
Got you prepared.
Thank you.
We got you.
This is a just in case method.
It's probably gonna happen method.
Yep.
So should I ceremoniously bring it out?
No, I got it all out over here already.
Oh, you got the absinthe?
Yeah, I brought it out.
Absinthe. That's a way to say it.
We got this
A while
when we
ago.
went to Turkey and Greece. Nick had it tucked away,
Yeah.
and then
It's
his
the
brother
final
got a
shot
hold
of
of it.
Yeah.
So-
It didn't got drank.
Yeah, so this is all that's left. And the listening thing about absinthe is that a lot of people think it's still illegal in the United States, but if there's a ingredient that actually causes the hallucinogenic properties in absinthe, and that has been
Just
removed.
Take the shot.
I was just wanted to give a fun
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
No, I did research on this before.
Mhm.
And actually, in my research, okay, I figured if I'm going to do this, I'm going to learn something from it. So in my research, I learned the proper way to take an absinthe shot.
Dom. Just take the goddamn shot.
I have to take a shot at absinthe. So you're going to let me do this the way I want to do
Take
it.
the shot!
Okay, so I'm going to do this the
I gotta
traditional
stab her
way.
3 times? No, you're not gonna fucking stab her 3 times.
What are you quoting?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
Take
just
the
one,
shot!
Just one shot. Just one shot. Wow, that was a very line that's not very well known. Like, I didn't,
Really?
to me at least, I didn't think that.
I don't know.
Anyway, so
Lance?
you pour the absinthe into your glass, leaving a little bit extra.
In the bottle?
Yeah, 'cause you're gonna need it in a second.
Oh, okay. The final shot.
Oh, I have the wrong spoon.
What kind of spoon do you need?
A shitty spoon.
A shitty
I
spoon?
need a shitty spoon. Okay. I actually did research. This was very interesting to do.
Here's your shitty spoon.
Thank you. This is a nice shitty spoon. So you take a spoon, you have your shot in here. It's like a lot less than this big cup, but it actually is a shot. Full shot. So then you take a little bit of sugar,
Just a spoon.
which we agreed. This was the only part I actually knew how to do.
Yeah, I know, but I don't really agree with how we agreed
And
on
I'm not
this.
even going to use
'Cause
that much.
I was gonna barehand catch it, which, in my opinion, way worse. Okay, so you putting sugar in that shot is like me having a glove on while I pick up the cat shit.
So the next part is you're gonna take that little drop of absinthe that you left over,
It can never be happy.
and you're gonna put it on the sugar.
And then you drink
Yeah, just a spoonful of
Yeah.
sugar makes the absinthe go down.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna just put that in the shot. Now that you have that, now there's 2 ways
You don't even
to
have
do
a
this.
chaser, by the way.
No, I know.
Yeah.
The sugar's the chaser.
Oh.
I figured that would be unfair. So
It's going in with it, so it's not really a chaser. Chaser's got to follow it.
can you just let me do this?
Yes, sorry.
So there's 2 ways to do this. One is the not dangerous, boring method that I told Nick that I would follow, which is just pouring cold water over this and then taking the shot. The fun way is you gotta light it on fire first to caramelize the sugars.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
You okay?
I trust you. Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, well, it'll be a learning experience.
Actually, where's the one with the string on it?
I don't know.
That one is really good for lighting candles so I don't burn my fingers.
The hemp
Safety
string.
first, children.
You're taking a shot of 120 proof liquor, and you're talking about safety.
Yeah, because you're involved in
You're
fire.
pretty much drinking poison.
This thing is super nice for lighting candles.
By the way, I've taken shots of this, and one time I took a shot of it, I nearly threw up, and I was by a fire, so I went, and I spat it out into the fire, and the fire went.
Is that why you so don't want me to do this?
Like it ignited.
Would you mind lighting this for me? I can't do this with one hand.
Okay.
Thank you. Here, I'm gonna move our awesome new phone for a second. So
I thought something looked different.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay.
And then you pour the cold water, but no, I move my hand this far back.
Is this?
Then I move, the cold water goes over it afterwards.
What's the fire do?
It caramelizes the sugar.
Oh, so I gotta put it underneath, like.
No, put it on. Just put it on top.
See that? See how it ignited?
Now you let it. Ooh, this is
Oh my
really
god, it's
pretty.
burning.
It's caramelizing the sugar.
It smells like marshmallows.
I'm ruining the spoon. That looks so cool.
This is like, looks like you're freebasing.
Don't do heroin, kids.
You
It's not as pretty.
freebase cocaine.
Oh, see, that I didn't even know. Okay, so now it's nice and burnt. We're gonna overdo it with some cold water.
I thought you were supposed to drip it on, not pour it on.
Yeah, it came out really fast, and I'm doing this one-handed.
All right,
And then
well,
you shoot it.
down the hatch.
Oh my gosh, that was.
That couldn't have gone any better. Oh, that was wonderful. Yeah.
burning my throat.
Yeah, you had a flaming mo.
I think I would have preferred the flaming bow.
It had like cough syrup in it. Kind of like
I
drink.
can feel it burning all the way down.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting show. Chew on the ice. Put the ice in your mouth. That'll help. Or you want to try some of my beer?
If you follow us on Instagram, you know I do not like that beer.
No.
That's
She-
strong. It's a very strong beer.
The beer? Yeah, no, it's 9% beer.
I keep like sometimes like the
Do you need
licorice
gum?
flavor.
Or mouthwash?
I'm surprised you're being so nice. I figured you want me to suffer.
No.
By the way, the sugar didn't do shit.
I had a feeling. I didn't want to say. I feel like when you burn it, it would take the sweetness out of it. Am I wrong?
No, caramelized. Caramel sweet.
Yeah, but caramelized onions aren't sweet.
It's because when you put an onion in it. Okay, true.
All right, are you ready to make a decision on?
I feel like I have heartburn right now. It's burning
you
right
want some
here.
Tums?
My tongue is tingling.
Well, you're gonna have nausea pretty soon. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, make
upset
it
stomach.
diarrhea.
You
So-
were gonna say something clever. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say absinthe is pretty much the opposite of Tums. Pepto-Bismol, I guess. It gives you all those things.
Ugh. Sorry, I burped. And now it's just tasting like licorice in my mouth.
Wow. I mean, I do have to give you credit. You did hammer it back pretty quick.
Thank you. I told you I was
Yeah.
gonna completely smash.
You
my
didn't even
record.
hold your nose.
No,
I was
went for
surprised.
it.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Balls deep. Balls deep.
Thank you.
Put that on a t-shirt. Now get the phone. We're expecting a phone call. No, we're not.
Okay. Like, I thought we let that one go. Okay.
I mean, we're not expecting one, but someone may call
I hope no
on
one
the
knows.
phone that's not pointed.
It's okay. Nobody knows. Nobody notices that.
Anywho,
Anywho.
let's get our picks for the final
And I just want to say this right now,
Okay.
cutting you off before you even get started. I think that because I had to take a shot at Absinthe, I get to pick who goes first. I get to pick my person. Because we can't have the same person.
Well, I mean...
Well, if we do have the same person, then we have to go by games, and we have to have different games.
Yeah, well, let's not pick this. We'll be cool and pick different teams.
Okay, so I get to pick first.
Oh, so you get to pick.
I get to pick.
You get to pick, and I get to deal with whatever you don't pick.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, they're both great teams.
But we got to think of a bet for the final round.
Ah, fuck.
I can. How about this? I will still do the barehanded catch.
I do really want to see you do that.
Okay. I will still do that.
Okay.
But for you, half a shot of Malort.
No.
Half a shot of Malort.
Half? Okay.
Half a shot.
Can I burn sugar in it too?
You could do whatever you like to it. I don't think you'll make it taste better.
For those of you who don't know what Malort is.
Watch the first episode. No.
It tastes like nail polish.
It tastes like a tire fire.
Yeah, it does.
It's horrible.
Okay.
That's
I'm
the
so
deal.
happy I get to pick.
All right.
Okay. For my Stanley Cup playoffs final round pick, I choose the Predators.
Shocker.
I know. Fuck the Penguins. They made me take a shot at Absinthe, but they played really well.
Okay.
They played really well.
I probably would have went with them just because they've
You would have gone with the Predators?
probably, but I will gladly take the Penguins because this is a Stanley Cup. It could go either way.
It really can.
You got Sidney Crosby on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Game changer. I do. Game changer. So, you know what? I'm glad to take the Penguins.
Great.
Write your name on top of yours. I'll give you purple.
Thank you.
I'll take orange.
Also, just a little side thing, though, we don't technically, because we pick different teams, picking the games would make no sense, because if you win the game with the team, you automatically win. But I think it's going to go to Game 7. Both these teams have been really good. I got 4 exclamation points after that shit. Don't. You spelled it wrong, first off.
Yeah, but they can't read it, so.
Oh, okay. It says fuck the sexual predators.
That's who you're rooting for. You're rooting for the sexual predators.
You know what?
What you got? What you got? Fuck the pedo penguins.
Bam. And also, British people say pedo.
Could you pedo?
The pedo penguin.
Doesn't that just mean young penguin?
No, they're pedophiles.
Like pedo means kids, so that means kids penguins.
Well, no, pedo is. Sorry, I watch a lot of British TV shows.
Oh.
How do you say it in British in English?
Pedo?
Pedo? It's pedo.
Pedophile?
Pedo. It's pedophile.
Pedophile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Britain, I don't know.
Fuck those English. No one from England.
That is, I mean, come on, I came up with that in like 2 seconds. Usually I have to think about my jokes.
All right. Fuck the little kid penguins,
No.
which would make sense from the sexual predators.
Fine. Oh,
How's your tummy?
it just hit my stomach
Did it?
full blast. Like, I feel like I'm going to cry.
Well, that was quick. So, I was gonna say you want to pick the game, so I guess it doesn't make sense.
I told you, I think it's going to go to Game 7.
You think it's gonna go Game 7? I think it's gonna go Game 5.
That's a short final. When was the last time it went to ended in Game 5? I feel like it always goes to 7.
In the early days, it was usually a sweep.
When I was a kid.
Not when I was a
It
kid.
usually
I
a
was
sweep.
talking about when there were 6 teams.
Fine. Whatever.
when we should. Okay, I want to get on this sports little rant.
Oh, no.
We need to throw out all stats from prior to 1970. All stats in all sports.
Oh, agreed. I remember we talked about this before.
Yes.
This is Bill Burr's theory.
Well,
Idea. Well, I mean, like, it's not just his idea.
Not just this.
Yes.
Did I bring this up on the show before?
Yes, because I remember wondering why the year mattered, and then when when you explained it.
Well, 1970s. It was before that when black people could play baseball. But,
oh wait, that's what we're talking about?
But regardless, yeah, that's what I say for baseball. That's just an example as how much these sports have changed.
Yeah.
Like it's not fair to compare a player in hockey now to a player in hockey in the 50s. Fucking Patrick Kane would skate circles around Gordie Howe.
Yeah, they're so much faster. When you watch old
Oh
hockey
my
footage,
God.
they're very slow.
It's like glorified ice soccer.
Soccer? Football. Soccer, oh my gosh, it's a fruit fly.
A football fruit fly.
It's a football fruit fly. Found a new tongue twister.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fruit fly flying around my
You know what I don't understand about tongue twisters? Sorry, I'm all over the board. When they say it 5 times fast, I can't say anything 5 times fast. It doesn't matter if there's alliteration. Okay, say nothing better to do 5 times fast without fucking up.
Nothing better to do, nothing better to do, nothing better to do, nothing better to do, nothing better to do.
Ah, you fucked up.
I didn't fuck.
Yeah, you fucked up.
You fucked it up.
You fucked it up. Anyway, what were we
We
talking
said a
about?
lot of fucks this round. It's only
The fuck meter.
the fuck meter
Fuck meter is going off the charts, as old comedians would say.
I've never heard that.
Well, yeah, I listen to like a lot of podcasts with
Mhm.
comics on it, and if someone's saying fuck too much in their act, they'll say their fuck meter's going off the radar.
I like that.
Yeah.
We should have a little fuck meter in the corner, like right here.
It just bounces. Like that South Park episode where they were allowed to say shit, and they had the counter for how many times they said shit.
When?
It was like when people on Basic Cable first were allowed to start saying shit.
Oh,
South Park they convinced Comedy Central to let them do it, but they didn't tell Comedy Central how many times they were going to say shit.
I feel like before Comedy Central would even agree to that, they would agree on a number.
Yeah, no, they thought it was only going to be like 2 or 3 times, but it turned out to be like 160 times in a 30-minute episode.
That's awesome.
It's so great. It's one of the better
so
episodes.
Great.
I think it's called It Hits the Fan.
Oh, that's such a great name for that.
It hits
That's
fan.
perfect. While we're on the topic of just counting swear words in episodes, one of my favorite things to do was count how many times they said fuck in Boondock Saints.
Oh, the entire movie, or just
the entire movie? But the best sentence still in that entire movie is one that what's his name? I haven't watched it in such a long time.
Rocco.
I almost said Rizzo, and I was like, that's Grease. It's 2 very different movies.
No, he's the first baseman on the Cubs.
Oh my gosh, that too. When Rocco's like, what the fucking.
Yeah, after all the dead people.
Yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces of that movie a lot, but I've only seen it all the way through once.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I love it.
I watched
It's a great
it so
movie.
much. I sat there with a tally counter because I didn't want to just Google it and just know that they count. It's 239. But how many times they say fuck? But I actually sat there with a tally and I tallied it. And during that one scene where he says it like 30 times in a minute, I was just like, oh my gosh, can you replay that?
What about Wolf of Wall Street? I think Wolf of Wall Street has more.
Ooh, I don't know. I think I should just Google that right now.
I think Wolf of Wall Street is number 2, and the first movie is a movie called Fuck, and it was just a documentary about the word. So I don't count that.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
That's not fair.
No.
So Wolf of Wall Street, I think, is the king. I'm going to say 400.
400?
400.
I mean, it was a fucking long movie.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. There was some times in that movie where I'm sitting there like, this is just too long. This is too long.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite of Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Scorsese or Scorsese?
Scorsese?
So I've
Scorsese.
Scorsese.
Scorsese. Scorsese. Scorsese. I'm thinking about it too much.
I think it is Scorsese.
I think Scorsese. The absinthe is kicking in. Can't say shit right now.
Do you think it'll work if I just Google Wolf of Wall Street fuck words?
I think fuck word could count.
Okay. List of films most frequently use fuck. Come on, where is it? Okay, the first one is the SwearNet the movie.
That sounds like it shouldn't count. It's about swearing.
Exactly.
It's the same thing as the fuck documentary.
Yeah, that's number 2. The first one has 935. Number 2, poop. No, I'm just kidding. It's Fuck, a documentary on the word. with 857. And then Wolf of Wall Street
Damn it.
with
I'm going
500
I guess mine.
and 69.
Ha.
569.
You laugh at number 2 being a poop joke, and I laugh at 6. Wait, yeah, okay. Is Boondock Saints right after Wolf of Wall Street?
No.
I mean, that's a big jump. So there must be more movies.
Big Lebowski's probably up there too.
Oh, that's not that much. It's not enough where you sit there and go, that's a lot of fucks. I kind of want to count that.
Casino is...
Ooh, okay.
3, 4, 5, 6. Straight Outta Compton is 7.
I never saw it. I wanted to see it.
It's pretty good. Goodfellas is on there.
Good. I mean, that movie just...
Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Big Lebowski. Like, those were right in our line.
Wow. All great movies.
Boondock Saints has 239.
Ha!
Good call.
I told you, I counted.
Nailed it.
I didn't miss it.
Boondock Saints is 1, 2, 3, 4 behind the Big Lebowski.
Damn. That's actually very surprising.
Yeah. And then right behind the Boondock Saints is The Departed. Isn't it weird that like every great movie is on this list?
I was just thinking that when you rattled them off. I'm like, these are all amazing movies. Like this, we should say fuck more often.
Eddie Murphy Raw is on this list.
I don't know. I feel like I would put comedians in a different.
Yeah. Well, technically, I think it came out in theaters, so technically it is a movie. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so weird to go to the movie theaters to see a stand-up.
Louis C.K. released a stand-up movie.
Really?
Yeah. Sundance. It was the first ever stand-up movie at Sundance. Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, that was our little impromptu fuck talk. You want to talk about the Darkside of Oz we did?
Yes, that was equal parts great and
we should explain it.
Yes.
So, apparently, if you sync up Darkside of the Moon by Pink Floyd and The Wizard of Oz
at the third roar of the line in the opening scene.
At the third roar of the MGM line.
Yep.
There's some parts that kind of sync up.
Yeah.
Like it kind of looks like the characters are dancing to the music almost.
Yeah.
And
or the basis of the song. The song that they're singing.
For example, Great Gig in the Sky was when the tornado came and she got sucked up in the sky.
Also, when the Scarecrow starts to sing about if you only had a brain, the song Brain Damage starts to play about like a few minutes after he starts singing.
And he walks on the Yellow Brick Road when they say the loonies on the path.
Yeah, they did that.
Yeah, and there was one, I think it was because you listen to the album 2 or 3 times all the way through.
Yeah, it's 3 times. 2.5 to 3 times.
Yeah.
I forget if we got to the end of it. Money matched up with the Lion's song about being the king of the forest, which kind of is a stretch because it's not really talking about money. Mm-hmm. I felt like Money would have worked better when they enter Oz and see all the richness.
Well,
and
granted, it was
all prim and proper.
It was on purpose. So.
Well, yeah, exactly. But there was times in the movie where I was just like, had it just been like a minute before.
I don't know. Like we were talking about this because a lot of times that it synced up and seemed to match was when there was actual song in the movie. Yeah. So I'm like, well, they probably just have the same time signatures. Yeah. Or the way it would sync up is their footsteps would walk to the drum beat.
There's a song where they're going like, not lions and tigers and bears. It was right after they pick up the lion and they're starting to do the skip. Yeah. And the skip is every single time they did a hop, it fit with the song. Now even if
I think it was us.
I think it was us. No.
It was a saxophone part.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, I can't even sing that. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, they're watching.
Yeah, oh my God.
Roger Waters like, I don't want that bitch in my concert. When she goes to Las Vegas, kick her out. She fucked up my song.
You're losing the accent a little bit there, but close. But no, that part I remember sitting on the couch and being like,
yeah. There was a few parts where it's like, okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like editing, a good editor kind of edits to a pace. There's a rhythm to editing. If you notice the way scenes are cut, usually it's timed in some kind of manner. So it could have just been timed to, whatever music was playing.
Still, though, the thing is, like, even if it does have the same time signature and it's kind of got the same rhythm, like the way the music fits sometimes is kind of creepy. Yeah. There are times though where I'm just like, oh, like that didn't fit at all. That was weird.
Mhm.
But sometimes even like the way that they were cut did match up, and that was kind of cool.
But we were watching, I don't know, Star Wars Force Awakens, and we had our like iPod on shuffle, and some of the songs lined up too.
But not as much as the Dark Side of Oz. Not as much.
To me, it's like, yeah, there were a few parts where it was kind of cool and kind of weird and kind of odd, but I chalked that up to coincidence.
Yeah.
And
I would never do it again. I'd be like, okay, that was cool.
Yeah.
But it's just.
I have to say, not many albums I can listen to 3 times in a row and not get sick of the songs.
That is true.
So credit to you, Roger Waters. Can I still go to your show?
I'm still gonna go.
No, she's not allowed. She fucked up your song, dude. She fucked it up. She fucked it up.
Anyways.
So, yeah, that was the Dark Side of Oz. The Dark Side of Oz.
Accents are terrible today.
What's wrong?
Usually they're so spot on, but today they just seem...
My southern accent last episode was
it was great. It was great.
So, we gotta cross these off.
Oh, I'm sorry. But you did that so pretty.
I did it in rainbow.
I like the
with
rainbow.
the colors that we have. We don't have indigo. But indigo's not a real color, so that's okay.
It's not. Do you want to know why they actually added indigo?
No, I don't care.
Well, I think it's very interesting.
Guardians of the Galaxy
so pretty much, can I please?
What?
This needs to be educational for the children watching.
Children should not be watching this episode, especially on our fuck break.
Anyways, it's really cool because their indigo, he just made that up because he believed there needed to be 7 colors because there's 7 notes in music, 7, and I forgot the other 3 examples of 7. But it seemed like everything needed to go in 7. The 7th son of the 7th son is very powerful and just everything.
Yeah, and 6 is the number of the devil.
Number of the devil. So he was like, oh, fuck, well, we need 7 colors in this rainbow, so we're going to throw indigo in there. And that's how indigo was born.
The rainbow is the devil. From Waterboy.
I didn't even know.
Really?
No.
Kathy Bates. She said everything was the devil. Football is the devil.
I didn't remember she said rainbows were the devil, though.
No, she didn't say that. I just made that up because 6 coincide with your story. That was the improv part. That's because it's so clever. But you want to talk about Gotsgulsu?
Oh, that movie, Gospel 2, was just a wonderful movie.
It's even funnier when you say it.
I know, because I'm having so much trouble.
I know.
I'm sorry, I'm having very much trouble.
Very much trouble. Wait till you get to our last segment. That's really where you're going to shine with your absinthe.
My absinthe.
Absinthe. So, okay. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is what we're talking about.
In case you didn't catch on to that.
Yeah.
Overall, I liked it.
Mm-hmm. I actually really liked it. And that's kind of why I don't really want to review it. You know why? I'm not good at talking about movies I like. Because there's only so many ways you can say, oh, it's good.
You can talk about what you liked about it.
Okay. I like the colors. I like the lighting.
Oh, yeah. The cinematography in this movie was much different than the first one.
I liked the direction. I thought the director did a good job. I liked that...
it was character-driven rather than just another plot about a planet.
The writing was good.
Yeah. The writing was very good.
Exactly. I said good like 10 times.
Well, yeah, but those are all very good points.
Yeah.
I thought the writing was really great. I love the character development. Each character. There might be some spoilers, so please.
Yondu dies.
It's Yondu, first off.
Yondu dies.
Okay. Anyways.
Dead.
So there's some spoilers from here on out.
Kurt Russell's bad.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't even know what I was talking about. This is so not fair.
You liked the movie. It was a good movie.
I did. I like the character development. I like that each character seemed to get some time on camera just for their own development, and that's something we really don't see. You usually see like oh, Star Wars is the head of it, so we focus on just him, and everyone's just like a subsequent character. It's like no, like each character is important in this, and I really like that about Guardians of the Galaxy, and I also like how they made fun of themselves a lot more in this movie. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was so nice because a lot of sequels don't do as well because they try and like create the same awesomeness of the first one.
Well,
and they just went, we're just gonna do our own thing.
Well, the thing is they kept with the same director and the same writer,
which was smart.
That's usually if you want the same vibe in your sequel, just keep the same.
And also, like we were talking about this, one screenwriter.
Yeah, one screenwriter.
One. How many was on Batman v Superman?
Probably like 18 or something. Oh,
Suicide Squad?
Did you hear about Justice League? Joss Whedon is directing parts of it.
Why is he only directing parts of it? This is the problem.
Wait. No, wait. Let me finish. No, wait. You'll understand. So Zack Snyder, his daughter killed herself, and he had to take time off. So Joss Whedon filled in for him. That's why I was trying to stop you.
Oh my gosh. We can edit this. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah. So Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I really liked Kurt Russell. I thought he was a good villain. Because it seems like Marvel movies, the villains aren't so good. Like they have Loki, and that's about it.
But they make their villains so likable sometimes.
What?
Loki is so likable. Sorry.
Loki's likable?
Loki is very likable.
He's very campy. He's kind of silly. This guy was actually kind of scary.
Ooh.
He was a little scary, wasn't he?
No. He was awesome.
Kurt
He was just
Russell?
a badass. No, he wasn't scary.
He was scary because he could do whatever he wanted on his planet. Like, that sounds terrible when I say it like that, but it actually wasn't that bad. Because normally I hate when they have a character that can just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But he did have limitations that...
I do like that he had limitations, but I was also like, if you have limitations, how did you put the tumor in Peter's mom's brain? They don't explain that.
Oh, yeah, that was
a weird plot hole. Why can a planet put a tumor in
That's the one
head?
thing is, like, he acted like he really cared. Okay, so Kurt Russell is Star-Lord's father.
Peter Quill.
We find that out, and he's like this god character. He's actually a planet, and he manifested himself into a human.
Which is such a weird thing when you explain it, but it works so well in this movie.
And he went to Earth and fell in love with Star-Lord's mom.
Peter Quill's mom.
And ended up making babies, and one of the babies was Peter Quill. I don't know, he's probably got
They only made one baby.
Yeah, but he's probably got brothers. It's Marvel. They like throwing in characters that don't really exist.
No, this
is so hard. It's terrible.
I'm so sorry.
It was really funny how you did that. It was like it was part of what you were saying. Like you grew up speaking a different language, and that was one of the words. So you just threw it in and was like, oh shit, that's not English.
I'm sorry. I mix up my languages sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
What was I talking about?
You're talking about Kurt Russell and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, how he pretty much fucked every species to make different kids. So I was like, is Peter Quill the last of the ones that you got and killed?
Yeah, so pretty much what he was trying to do, he was trying to make a son for himself, or another god, so he could spread his godliness over the galaxy.
Because he's ego.
He's ego, and every single other being that he made a baby with died, or what didn't have the god power, so he killed them. But Peter Quill does. Is his name Peter Quill?
Yes.
Quinn? I'm really bad.
I said it like 20 times already.
I know, but I'm really bad with these names. Yeah. I'm bad with characters' names. I call them by their actor names. Every single time.
Chris Pratt.
Okay, Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Well, I'll call him Chris Pratt.
Who, by the way, was, oh my gosh, he was just wonderful in this movie. He was wonderful. Come on.
Anywho, he, where was I?
Now you know how I feel.
He.
Sorry, I'm being so obnoxious today.
Anyway, it was just a good one.
Well, okay, let's move to the negatives. I know that you don't have any.
I do have some.
Okay.
That's what I was getting to. So the plot was that the God guy put a brain tumor in Peter Quill's mom because he loved her too much, and he didn't want to have to go back to Earth and like fall in love and stay there and not be a planet. So he put a brain tumor in her and killed her. And my thing is like, if you loved her, why would you make her suffer through brain cancer?
Yeah, just kill her.
Yeah, you could create anything you want. Like, create a bus to come and hit her, so it's nice and like quick, or an errant gun bullet.
But maybe he couldn't do that. Maybe he had to do something so indirect because he loved her so much that he would stop himself. Like, he would save her from like the suddenness of like a bus. He would just jump
guess.
Maybe he just couldn't handle that. So he just went, I'm just gonna put this here, and I'm gonna go, and you're gonna die.
All I know is, and I guess you could make the argument that he really didn't care for her. And just
he actually
placated.
doesn't know what love is.
Yeah, maybe. But that was my issue. Also, I didn't understand Sly Stallone at all. I didn't get that. It's
that entire thing, I was just like, a little side thing, I was like,
it's like Marvel fanboy
I think
shit.
so. I hope it's not another movie because that looked terrible.
And I didn't like the 10 after credit scenes.
Yeah, there were so many. It's like Marvel.
Calm
the fuck down.
I'm so over the after credit scenes.
Yeah.
It's like, it was cool when you did it in Iron Man and nobody knew about it, and then when you saw the DVD, you're like, oh shit, I didn't know this was there.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's like, get over yourself.
Yeah, and also, people know that there's end scenes, but half of the audience got up and left before all of the end scenes
Well, that's
even
because you
started.
see them on YouTube afterwards anyway.
No, I don't.
I do.
You see everything.
Yeah.
The one thing I didn't like was, so Peter Quill is being Ego is trying to seduce Peter to the dark side. Something dark side.
Something dark side.
You do that so well. That's the one accent you can actually do today. So he's trying to seduce him to the dark side, and then he's just like, oh yeah, I totally killed your mom. And Peter's like, no fucking struggle. All of a sudden he's just like, boop, I'm okay and I'm going to shoot you. Which I did like. I liked that it was humorous. I thought it was really well shot. But the thing was, I was just like, I would have loved his friends being there. Them, like, seeing him really, really struggling. Them helping him pull him out because they're family. Because that is just, like, the underlying story of this entire movie is how they're family. So I really would have liked to see more involvement of the other characters in that scene. Because they were off doing their own thing. And then in the end, they were kind of useless.
Yeah.
It was just kind of them getting
that was, I talked to a friend of mine who is really into the superhero movies, which I'm not. I'm really not.
No.
I watch like one a year. But, and he said, like, all the characters didn't matter except for Peter, Yondu.
Dude, he died.
Yondu Carlisian.
Go on.
And who the fuck? Kurt Russell. Like, everybody else could have just went away and the plot would have still exist. Like, there were too many characters kind of crammed in there.
But the thing is, I didn't feel like...
It didn't bother me.
I didn't feel a clusterfuck of characters. I felt like each character got their own screen time. They got enough time to really develop their character.
Yeah.
That's my only complaint of this movie is just I wish that the other characters were there in the big climactic scene.
Yeah, because that makes sense. Makes sense.
It just felt like it was missing that.
Yeah. But
not great.
That means we talked about it, and we got to set up the board for our final segment. Our final segment.
And I don't even know what this is about.
Yes, this is a special segment. I thought this up because I knew you had to do the absinthe shot, and I'll just erase it and talk at the same time.
No, it's okay. We can pause.
Okay. Well, I was going to chat a little bit. I knew that you had to do the absinthe shot, so I thought it would be fun because that's probably unpleasant for you, right?
Yeah, my stomach still really hurts.
And
Oh.
What?
Don't erase the Stanley Cup stuff. Oh, you have to use the entire.
Yeah, I use the whole board. But I thought, why don't I make it even more unpleasant by having you rank your least favorite things? And this is just from my observation. There could be other least favorite things that I don't know about. But these are, as far as I know, your least favorite things ever. And I want you to rank them from best of the worst to worst of the worst.
Best of the worst to worst of the worst. Like the best thing is like the thing I would want to be exposed to the most out of them.
Yeah.
The worst being the least, the one I don't even want to ever touch or be in the same room with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of that sort. Cool. All right. So let's.
I don't like a lot of things, so I'm excited to see which ones you pick.
It's probably five or six things. We could do this again next week with me.
Oh,
you could,
okay.
Make some for me.
Well, I don't want to have pictures. They're abstract. Just your
I had
thoughts.
I had to cut Disagree Guy because I couldn't find a picture of Disagree Guy online.
You could have just put a picture of yourself with the words "disagree, guys."
No, I couldn't.
Okay.
No, I couldn't do that.
Anyways, we're gonna take a break.
No, we're not. We're actually going to stay.
Oh, but I really want some saltines or something. Cause I'm
Well, that sucks
really
because we're
starting
going to
to.
stay because Disagree Guy's here.
I really don't like disagree, guys.
Well, I like him. And cut. All right, it's time for your worst of the worst and best of the worst. That's obnoxious. I'm gonna hate you when I'm editing. I have to deal with your crunching. In fact, give me those. Get them after you're done. I'm just holding you hostage. You're my co-host. Nothing else. You're not to leave the apartment unless it's for the show. Anywho.
May I drink some water?
Yeah, you can drink your water. As long as you do it quietly. You're a very loud drinker, so do it quietly.
I don't know why I do that.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me swallow?
No, I was still actually waiting for you to swallow.
Okay, go on. Did you hear me swallow?
No, how do you do that? Hold on.
Oh my god!
I don't know how to not do it. Well, I know it's going to be number one on your least to worst list.
Okay. So,
Dominique swallowing.
That's actually high on my... I really enjoy that. So, first item is Harpo Studios in Chicago. Harpo Studios. Would you like to explain why this is on your most hated things in the whole entire world list? Harpo Studios.
Okay.
Harpo Studios, for you that don't know, is where Oprah shot her show, and I think Steve Harvey shoots there now. But
So pretty much what happened was, first off, let me specify this. I was raised where you can't swear in front of adults. It's just not something you're allowed to do. So I was in the car with Nick and his father, and I wasn't feeling very well. I just remember sitting there with my water bottle because we're on our way to a game. We passed Harpo Studios, and Nick's in the back seat, and he just goes, "Oh, that's Harpo Studios. That's where Oprah works. It's her name backward." So I'm sitting in the car, and I got my water bottle, and I just suddenly just get overcome with this anger, and I'm just like, "That bitch." And the car went silent, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" I couldn't believe I swore in front, but I was just so angry because Harpo Marx. Oprah took Harpo Marx's name and made it her studio because her name backwards is Harpo. I don't care.
And my parents would ask me before that time, "Does Dominique swear?" Like, they thought you were the most the epitome of goody.
Yeah.
They thought you were a good girl.
I'm a good girl.
Anyway, your next item.
What are you talking about?
Okay, the next item on your most hated things in the world list is a cucumber.
No!
So is a cucumber?
Like a pickle.
It does look like a pickle, but it's a cucumber. I swear. I Google search cucumber. So is a cucumber worse than Harpo Studios or better?
Worse. So much worse. And even if it is a pickle, pickles are just cucumbers soaked in evil. Like,
I agree. I'm not a big pickle person, but I
like
kind of
fried pickles.
I like cucumbers.
No,
actually.
they're terrible. No,
I like them.
I actually.
They're refreshing.
No, they're disgusting. I hate them. They're mushy and not refreshing at all, and they taste terrible. People say they taste like water. I'm like, no, they taste like butt. And
I understand that. I hate when you say you don't like something, and someone goes, "It tastes like blah blah blah," and it's like, no, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Sometimes the people will be like, "It tastes like blah blah." I'm like, I don't like that either. So
Yeah. I don't know what you're getting at.
Yeah, But I used to like cucumbers. I could eat an entire cucumber in one sitting.
I like them too. I could eat an
Hate 'em
entire
now.
cucumber in one sitting probably.
I can't stand cucumbers.
I gotta cut it up. I don't like. I can't do it.
Anytime
that
I
way.
order a salad and I forget to tell them no cucumber, I get so mad because cucumber infects the food around it.
Yeah, it kind of makes a lot of.
infects.
I don't know. It's a light flavor. All right. Well, next, and which from here on in are people. You don't like people.
I like people.
Well, you don't like these people.
Okay.
Because we got Mr. Bradley Cooper.
Such a surprise. I was wondering where that picture was going to fit into this. Before the show, Nick wouldn't tell me what the segment was about. But someone was having a little issue with the printer today.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Yeah.
I
broke it.
He did break.
I broke it.
He broke the printer.
I-
He broke the little thing that the paper tray.
Yeah,
that.
I threw ink cartridges at it.
Yeah. I was in the bedroom because I wasn't allowed to be out and about because I might see this. And all of a sudden he just comes in, all pissed off. He kicked the laundry basket and it just slammed against the wall. And I'm just watching Justice League and like, what are you doing? The cartoon series.
I intimidated that laundry basket.
Oh, it's scared. It's cracked.
It told the printer to work because after that it worked.
It told the printer to work. Is
Yeah.
that what made the printer work?
Yep.
Because I remember somebody having to pause their Justice League, even though it was part of a great fight scene, come all the way out here and sit down with the printer while someone sat on the couch practicing his breathing.
Practicing his breathing.
I told her to go calm down. I could hear you.
I sat over here and colored the board angrily.
I never saw somebody color a board that
was just
angry
like,
before.
Fucking printer.
And I'm sitting there just like, oh, it's just the heads of the ink cartridges need to be changed. Clean.
What?
Cartridges.
Cartridges.
Anyways.
Anywho, where would you place Bradley? Okay, why do you hate Bradley Cooper?
I don't like him as an actor.
But you just went on a rant about a movie that he was in that you liked.
What movie?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
His voice. I don't like his face.
Okay, how about you? So you don't like...
Also, I gotta say that Rocket really doesn't sound like Bradley Cooper to me.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't at all.
Yeah,
Groot doesn't
yeah.
sound like Vin Diesel.
Big Groot does.
A little bit.
He sounds like the Iron Giant. Iron Giant is Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I knew it was Vin Diesel because I grew up watching the Iron Giant.
I love the Iron Giant.
Oh my god! Can we watch it after we're done?
I'm down for that.
Okay.
I wanted to name my kid Hogarth after seeing that movie.
Hogarth is a cool name.
It's really badass.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, another reason why I don't really like Bradley Cooper, if you see him in, this is the one movie I can think of that it really shows. What is it called? Unlimited. Ugh. His eyes are very uneven. Like this eye here is like a good half step lower. Half step, sure. Lower than his other eye, and it's very irritating to look at his face. For me, I really don't like him.
No, now that I got a close
That picture's not as bad.
No, I can tell.
You can see it?
Yeah, you can see it if you look really close.
Yeah, it's very uneven. I'm gonna post another picture here. Let me. This lovely one that I fixed with the printer.
It's tilted, so
Sorry.
yeah, that's about straight, and his eyes are kind
They're
of.
very. I'm gonna put another picture up. One that I know I can even picture the scene in my head, and it infuriates me. I mean, it's his face. He can't control that, but it's just. Ugh.
Wouldn't it be funny if Bradley Cooper saw this and he never noticed that before until you just pointed it out?
If it makes you feel better, Bradley Cooper, my two front chiclet teeth, I call them chiclets because they're really big, they're uneven, and it really bothers me.
Bradley, I liked you in American History X, and I liked you in The Hangover, and I liked you in Wedding Crashers. Wedding Crashers, you were good in. Anyway, where would you place that?
Can you move the green thing?
So,
Move it.
are they
move
all...
it towards worse.
Oh. So, not as bad as Cucumbers, but worse than Harpo Studios.
Yes. I would rather stare at Bradley Cooper's face for an hour than eat a cucumber.
But would you stand in front of Harpo Studios or stare at Bradley Cooper's face?
Question, when I'm standing in front of Harpo Studios, can I go like this?
Sure.
Then
Okay.
Harpo Studios goes all the way on the best.
I guess so.
Oh,
now,
what is this?
Next is Will Ferrell in Kicking and Screaming.
No! I
The film-
hate this movie.
kicking and screaming.
You ever, you watch a character doing something embarrassing and you kind of cringe? Like, it hurts to watch. The entire... right immediately after he becomes a coach, I cannot watch it without cringing. Like, my body hurts. I love Will Ferrell. I think he's great in Stranger Than Fiction, which is a very underrated movie in my opinion.
The Producers? He was good.
He was wonderful in The Producers. I love that one YouTube video with his daughter Pearl, like the landlord Pearl.
That's not his daughter.
I thought it was his daughter.
I don't think that's his daughter.
No, it is his daughter because that's his daughter.
I think it's.
Did you
Adam,
see that head of hair?
I think it's Adam McKay's daughter.
That's Will Ferrell's daughter.
I think it's Adam McKay's daughter.
Regardless, we're gonna. If you know the answer, comment below.
The actual answer will be down below. When I'm editing, I'll find the real answer.
But yeah, I cannot stand that movie. It hurts me.
Okay.
It hurts.
I kind of thought Ditka was funny in it, Mike Ditka.
I hardly remember anything. I blocked it off. I repressed it.
It was all right. It really, what was it? 2004, I want to say.
I don't even care.
It was pre Anchorman.
I don't know which one I would rather do: eat a cucumber or watch Will Ferrell in that movie. No, I would rather watch Will Ferrell than eat a cucumber.
Would you rather watch Will Ferrell than eat a cucumber? Mm-hmm. So cucumber is gonna be
so far
very worst. It's cucumber.
Very worst.
All right.
Very much worst.
The next one, and I kind of ordered these, and I don't know. I didn't think cucumber would get that low. I really didn't.
You underestimate how much I hate cucumbers.
And now, Super Thermite Paint himself. O&A reference.
Nick, the
I'm Jesse Ventura. Jesse the Body Ventura.
The problem with this as your last pick, is this the last one?
What?
Is this the last one?
No.
There's more.
Yes. There's two more.
As you were printing these out, I didn't know what these were for. This was on the same page as Bradley Cooper. I don't hate Jesse Ventura. I hate it when you and your friend go for 2 hours straight making everything related to thermite paint and doing his stupid fucking voice over and over and over again for hours. I remember I fell asleep on the couch and I woke up and you guys were still going.
I tried to get into Nothing Better to Do. They wouldn't let me in. Why? Former governor, former Navy SEAL, former XFL announcer.
I hate you doing this.
Well, that's what this is. That's why I picked Jesse the Body Ventura. So where does my impression...
Your impression specifically.
And Anthony Cumia's, because that's who I'm blatantly ripping off right now.
Okay.
Just so you know, that's not an original thought. So where does me mimicking Anthony Cumia doing Jesse Ventura?
I'm trying to decide. Would I rather eat... Like my first question is, would I rather eat a cucumber or listen to you doing that? I would rather listen to you doing that. Would I rather watch Will Ferrell or listen to you doing that? I'd rather listen to you doing that.
Okay. Would you rather stare at Bradley's face or listen to me
I'd rather stare at Bradley's face.
Okay, so he goes right here.
Yep.
All right.
He's like looking at me. All of them are looking at me except for Will Ferrell.
The next two
cucumber is looking at me.
Are what I think are going to be on this side, but I could be wrong. Or actually, that side. I'm sorry. I fucked up their list. That side. I think these are the absolute worst.
Oh boy.
In your opinion. And here we go.
Number what?
We got... Now, this is the show, but I wanted to incorporate Jerry in on this little cutout. Because I know you hate Jerry, but you hate the show as much as you hate Jerry. I love Seinfeld, by the way.
Seinfeld.
One of my favorite shows. One of the most inspirational shows of any comic.
Now, here's what I'll give him credit. I feel like the show, when it came out, was... It's something very different. It influenced a lot of shows from there on out. I can respect that, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. It doesn't mean that I have to watch it. I can't stand Seinfeld, and I can't stand Jerry Seinfeld. I think Jerry is super unfunny.
Why?
And I hate your impression.
Why do you think I'm unfunny? I'm not that unfunny. I'm really funny. I'm a classic comedian.
I would rather watch Will Ferrell in Kicking and Screaming than look at Jerry Seinfeld.
Would you rather eat a cucumber or watch an episode of Seinfeld?
I would rather watch an episode of Seinfeld.
So
you underestimate how much I hate cucumbers.
So you hate Seinfeld almost as much as you hate cucumbers.
Yeah.
So
yes.
This is going over here, followed by that, followed by this, followed by that, and then this is going there. Cucumbers are worst, and Harpo Studios, not so bad.
Yeah. I was sick when I said that. I don't hate her that much.
Do you regret ragging on it? Which I think this will stay with the last.
I have a feeling it's probably going to stay with the last. I don't know. I just was really mad at the time because I love Harpo. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I guess it's kind of cool her
should have shipped it to the Marx Brothers.
I never got that when I was a kid. I
Me
appreciate
neither.
it so much more. Yeah. Okay, next one.
Next one, our final one.
Oh, boy.
Matthew McConaughey's face.
Ugh.
I even got the one that's it has the little eye slits.
Oh.
all right.
I feel like where's the bucket?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hate that scene. I hate that scene. That scene is the worst scene. Oh, give me the bucket quick. Fuck Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. I almost said Matthew Broderick, but Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew Broderick is wonderful.
Why do you hate him?
He's just so gross looking.
You can't say that.
I will say that he's a good
True Detective.
Actor. He's a good actor.
True Detective
I just can't
is
stand
really
him.
good. Oh, okay. How about?
I can't stand him.
What movie specifically drove you over the edge? What movie specifically is where he irritated you the most?
Oh, it was a movie. It was a movie where there was a treasure hunt of some kind, and he was like super sweaty.
Treasure Hunt.
Yeah,
That must have been his rom-com.
It was in his rom-com years. Yeah. When I forget what it's called.
'Cause
I
now
will look
he's
it up
actually-
and put it right here.
Okay, I like Dazed and Confused. I thought he was good in.
Dazed and Confused he was okay. I didn't have any problem with him, but also his face was covered a lot with facial hair, so you couldn't look at his
And
actual face.
Wasn't he blonde in that?
Yeah, he was very blonde.
Yeah.
He's blonde in the treasure hunt one, I'm pretty sure too. He's very
He's got
golden.
frosted tips.
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just remember and ever since then I just couldn't stand him.
Was it Fool's Gold?
Oh, I think it was Fool's Gold.
The Guy Ritchie film was Madonna in it?
I don't know. All I know
Okay.
is I didn't like him.
Because True Detective he's good in. And I haven't seen Dallas Buyers Club, but I think he won an Academy Award for that?
Was that the one where he lost a bunch of weight and he was in a wheelchair?
He got like AIDS in the
He
movie.
looked super sick. Oh my gosh! Like I said, I acknowledge that he's a good actor. I just don't like him.
You hate his face.
I can't stand it.
So
I
this
can't
is
stand
bothering.
I can't stand his acting either. Like in Wolf of Wall Street, couldn't stand it when he was doing that. I was like, can we please just skip
long.
it? I know, but his parts in it were irritating me.
Okay, where does Matthew Broderick land?
Between the cucumber and Seinfeld.
Really? Mm-hmm. I thought he would be the worst because that's the one that you hate the most.
Person-wise, but still, there's a difference between having to watch something and eating something.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's Domi's worst to best things she hates. Is there anything I should have added?
I can't even say it. I have very sensitive ears when it comes to
I didn't think about
scratching
that.
the assignment notebooks in school. Like I feel.
Are the like you know those I don't know what they're called, but when you move it a certain way, it kind of looks like someone walking or something.
Yeah, it's that.
I'll look up the name and put it right here.
Yeah, we're having a lot of trouble thinking of words right
Well,
now.
that one's really different. Who knows what that's called?
All I know is all of our assignment notebooks all throughout school, and they gave it to us. It had that on there, and kids would just sit there going.
It's the kind of material that you pretend like you're scratching a record.
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
That and swishy pants in school. If I got stuck behind a kid wearing swishy pants, that scraping noise was the exact same sound to me as scraping your assignment notebook or nails on a chalkboard is a good example of like how it the equivalency
or
of it.
two MacBooks rubbing against each
Oh
other.
gosh, it's
You hate.
awful. I
Yeah.
hate all those noises involve teeth on a fork.
Teeth on a fork.
I can't
I should have
stand-
got Christoph Waltz and Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, that scene.
That scene.
There was a kid in college. I just stopped going to lunch with him. A lot of people aren't aware of it, and they just crunch on it. Like you can tell.
Yeah.
Like the thought hurts my body. And he would do it all the time, and he never meant to. He was always apologetic when I was finally like cracked and was just like, stop biting it. I just stopped eating lunch with him. I completely avoided it. That would go before cucumbers. I'd rather eat a cucumber than listen to somebody chop with
Really?
their fork for 5 hours.